Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone for bringing out this truth. So I want to do a little lesson on the judges of the earth to uplift ye men of Israel laboring in this truth, and also your new brothers to give you some guidance for the path that we have to walk. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, starting from verse 1. Love righteousness. Ye that be judges of the earth, think of Yahweh with a good heart, and in simplicity of the heart, seek him. So we're supposed to love the righteous way, the right way, that goes against the way of the world. It says we are judges of this earth, so we're set up to rule. Okay? We have to think of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with a good heart and seek him with our whole heart, with everything. We need to put him first. Right? So this is Psalms chapter 2, verse 10. It says, Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. That's talking to the men of Israel. Serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with fear and rejoice with trembling. Okay? Kiss the Son lest he be angry. That's Yahushai. He's the Son. Okay? So we have to submit to the Son. Okay, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are they that put their trust in him. Okay? So remember, there's no way to the Father but through the Son. Okay? And when Yahushua comes back, he's not going to come back and meet the enemy as a man. He's going to come back with all his power and his glory. And we don't want him to be angry at us when we come back, because we'll be facing judgment too, just like the wicked. So we don't want to be caught on that side. So we need to submit to the Son also, because there's no way through the Father except through the Son. Okay? So we need to put our trust in him, because he is our rock. Let's get Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So this is how we start. We start with the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? That is the beginning of wisdom and the beginning of knowledge for us. Okay? Let's get another precept from Psalms, the 148th chapter. Let's go down to the 11th verse. So kings of the earth and all people, princes, and all judges of the earth. Who is the judges of the earth? Yasharallah. Who are the kings of the earth? Well, we're the rightful kings of the earth. Both young men and maidens, old men and children. Let them praise the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and the heaven. Also, he also exalted the horn of his people. Okay, so he's going to lift us up. The praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? Yasharallah, even the children of Israel. Okay, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Okay, so we know that someone has tried to replace us. Well, we can get that in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, who are the wicked? Malachi 1 and 4. We know that's Esau Edom. We could check that out. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. So what does that mean? He basically tried to replace us and said he was us. He took this blasphemous act. He replaced the people in the book. He tried to basically do this iconoclastic thing and whitewash everything. That's why there is like images of this so-called Edomite as being the son, and even images of the angels, and even probably the Father out there somewhere actually being Edomites, and that's not so. Okay, so he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? He is Esau Edom. That's who he is. But let's get that Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath indignation forever. Okay? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Let's go to chapter 1, down to verse 24. It says, therefore said Yahweh of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, Ah, I will I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. Okay? I will turn my hand upon thee and purge away thy dross and take away thy tin, and I'll restore the judges as at the first. So he's gonna restore us. So we have hope. Okay? Remember when Adam slash the Adamites were in their perfection state, he's gonna refer us to that, and this time he's gonna make it so that we can't go off. Okay? And thy counselors at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Okay? So remember, the saints are going to take the kingdom. You can find that in the book of Daniel. But we still have stuff to go through. We have a path to walk before we can get to where we have access to the kingdom. So we have to walk the straight, narrow path. It's a difficult one. It's not easy. Okay, the narrow and wide gates. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So most people are on that path to destruction. They can't even see the narrow gate. Like that's how, I don't know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua got them in the trick bait. They can't even see it. Like they think it's utter foolishness that people would try to observe the law, statutes, and commandments and walk righteously before Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, believe on his son Yahushua. They think it's foolishness. They rather walk that broad path. They rather follow the broad things. They rather follow Christianity or Islam or whatever out there or their own way. They'd rather be an atheist or whatever. They'd rather live and be self-pleasing instead of do things to please Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? And it says, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Okay? Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Okay? So only a few people can find it, and these people are the elect. That's the only people that are going to find it. And that's who we're fishing for when we go out and preaching the word. So we have to continue to do the work, continue to walk right, because we can't access the kingdom without walking through this straight and narrow path. Okay, so let's get a precept from where this comes from. It's in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. Start with verse 3. And I said, speak, O my power. Then he said unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Okay? But put the case, the interests were narrow and like a river. So the sea would basically be the world we're trying to get to, the kingdom. Okay? But the river is like the narrow path. Okay? And put the case, the interests were narrow like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? So we can't get to where we got to go unless we go through this narrow path. There's only one way to get there. Okay? You can't come in some other way. You have to walk the path that's set before you. Okay? And then finding the path is even harder, because we have to be called. You don't get to be like, oh, yes, I'm going to just go and do what Yahweh Shemi Yahushai wants me, and even though he didn't call me, no, he has to choose you, okay? He has to send for you. Like, he picked us. It wasn't our choice, all right? And it's verse 5, and it says, who then can go into the sea to look upon it and rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. So this is a parable. This is another explanation of straight and narrow. A city is builded. What city? The kingdom of heaven. Okay? The New Jerusalem. Boom. And set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. Okay? So we know that the kingdom that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is setting up for us is going to be more than we could ever imagine. Like our minds can't even fathom what's going to be there. Okay? Verse 7, the interest thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Okay? So this is a narrow path again. And there's many dangers, okay? There's many dangers in this world that we have to walk through. Many snares, many traps, many temptations. Okay? Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And these are the snares on the right and the left, because you have to stay on this straight and narrow path, and it's really small. And either way you go, you'll fall into perilous things. So you have to walk the path. Okay? And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water. So this path, this narrow path, it goes between the fire and the water. So it's a perilous path, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So that's giving you like the imaging of how strict you have to be on this path to make it. Okay? And not saying that you're gonna be perfect, because we know we're not perfect, and we lucky that we have grace from Yahweh Shem Yahushai for when we do go off. But we still have to put in our due diligence and our work to walk this path. Okay. Verse 9, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, which that will be our inheritance. Okay. But we have to work for it. If he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? Yeah. So imagine giving your child something without them having to go through with it. You give them this fancy car and whatever, and they go out and wreck it and do all kinds of craziness with it. Okay? Like the blessing that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has for us is greater than that. It's something that we can't even imagine. Like we literally don't have the minds to understand what he has prepared for us. And on this side, we have to have faith, and we have to walk this path to get there. Okay? In verse 10, and I said, it is so, Yahweh. Then said he unto me, even so is Israel's portion, because it's set up for Israel. Because for their sakes I made the world. So he set this up for us. He made us. He made this world for us. Like, that's the whole point. We're just on this path. It's very treacherous, and it's not easy for us. Okay? And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. So we had the paradise, the kingdom, or whatnot until Adam transgressed, and then now we have to walk this path to get back there. Okay. Verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow. So Adam was in that world, and he got kicked out because he sinned, and the entrance of that world was made narrow, full of sorrow and travail, and that's the path that we're on now. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. Okay, for the entrances of the elder world, that world that Adam got kicked out of, were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So we have to go through this, okay? There's no other way around it. You can't just creep in unawares. You're going to get kicked out. It doesn't work that way. You have to walk this path. All right. I hope this education was edifying, and shalom.